Hello, good evening. Welcome to Moss Hollow. Tonight we will be playing Dungeon Pulp by Alfred Valley, or Valley of Alfred. House of Valley? Alfred Valley, I think. It's on itch.io. I will drop a link in the description. Technically, it's free to play. It's pay what you want. It's a single player role playing game, old school dungeon crawl. Whole game is on 4 pages, so 2 double sided, I suppose. You play it as a PDF. I just printed these out. Printed them out on yellow paper because I had 2 yellow papers and I thought they looked cool. And I had 2 kind of orange papers and I thought they looked cool. And it's kind of more kind of punk and vibey, I think. My printer's a bit goosed at the moment, but I added this weird kind of grotty darkness, but I think that sort of suits. What else do you need to play? You need 3 dice. You need, the rules recommend 2 light dice and 1 dark dice, and a place to roll them. And of course, every good adventure also needs a bit of ambiance, I think. So, what are we doing? Hopefully this plays now. I haven't played this in a while. Ooh, something's rolling. We'll give that a minute. So, Dungeon Pulp, what is this? We can pick to be a brigand, a knave, or a wretch in this basically the difficulty setting. Make a character, we explore the dungeon. How do we do that? Every turn we'll roll 3d6 and we get a random encounter table, which I'll on the page. We might fight a monster, like let's say a ghost or whatever, and they will have a threat level and a HP level. So then we do the combat, where we roll 2 light dice for our attack. These 2, this represents our attack, and this represents our defense. And basically you're trying to match the dice number on this plus your level, which starts at 0, to the monster's threat level. If you manage to equal it or beat it, you manage to do a damage and they take 1 hit point. So here, for example, that you can say if they have 2 hit points, first round of combat, you would do 1 damage. They drop down to 1 and then you'd have to fight them again. And if they, on the black dice, if your defense is not sufficient, if it doesn't add up to their threat level, they've done damage to you. So it's pretty straightforward. I don't know if we do, let's say we get 2 6s. Is that 2 damage? Like for each one? I'm not sure. Speaking of 6s, every time we roll a 6th crit, every time we roll a 1, it's a fumble. And we gain 1 acid. So that's the other thing about this game. We're slowly traversing through these dungeons and we're picking up acid, possibly related to the pact with the foul demon we made. So anyway, let's crack into it, really. So we have our main rules over here. This is our random table, our acid fallout, random encounters, traps, loot, spells, items, tabs. Some of the monsters have effects. For example, like toxic, what does that mean? If you're hit by this, make a d6 roll. If it's less than their threat, take an extra damage. Quick rules, which are great. Gonna pop down here. Bit of cool art. Fool, you dare enter the godforsaken pit. I wonder if this is playing a bit of music here, is it? Oh, there we go. Perfect timing. Don't want it to be too loud now. Okay. Fool, you dare enter the god-forsaken pit. They say the acid fuses soul and skull alike, that your entire being will quiver like a struck axe. That foul beast strides in the black milk, what corrupts flesh remains to defiled, shall feast upon. And this is our map. So we'll just sneak that one under here if we can. So we are trying to move through this dungeon, starting here, making our way across and down and all the way through, and to fight the Defiler. Because the lore of this is you made an awful pact with some foul being now. It's time to pay the price. You must run through this acid corrupted dungeon and emerge on the other side so your haunted patron can harvest this substance from your luckless body. Whatever loot you find, you may keep. Pen and paper RPG. Okay, I think we're going to be a knave. We're going to go easy mode. We probably won't make it through the whole dungeon. So that means we start with 0 defense and a bent sword for 1 damage. Okay, so let's make our character. So you don't need this, right? But I like to use models. Just think it's fun. It's the short answer. And I have a couple here, but I think let's use this guy's not painted. He looks a bit more like a knight than a knave. He's just got a bit of gold armor there. Still a bit of work in progress. Maybe afterwards we'll paint him up. But this will be our boy. A boy. So we're going to put him there at the start, and we will call him... What does he look like? Allard, I think. We'll call him Allard. Sir Allard. Sir Allard, right. So, he is a knave. Doesn't really show up very well on the camera. That's grand. Got an old Sharpie instead of pen and paper, whatever. And of course, your beverage of choice to fortify you in these dark times. So our damage with our bent sword is 1, our defense is 0, and character creation. So our health starts at 6, our acid level starts at 0, our level starts at 0, and advise a defense and weapon and damage. Gain a spell. Ooh, what spell are we going to start with? Brings us over to this bad boy. So we roll a d6 plus level. So we use the black die for this. Our level is 0. So our spell... Ooh, it's a 6. Inner Sanctum. Regain 1 hit point. It's pretty good. You can use a spell anytime you want. So it adds acid. So we can sort of invoke our patron to deal acid damage to us. But we will regain some health. So we'll collect that down. What's that called? That was Inner Sanctum. Inner Sanctum. I briefly read over these rules. I might get some of them wrong, but hey, look, whatever. And what else? Oh, our gold pieces. How much gold do we start with? 3d6. Oops. Maybe I'll move this over here. But we don't need to hear from this weird twisted knight anymore. He's giving us his warning. 3d6. That is 3 and 4 makes 7. So we start with 7 gold. Okay. Buy any items or gear. So what items do we have? Okay, so let's imagine we go to the shop. Items. Roll 1d6 plus level. Black die 1. Okay, so 1, so we're in this column. If you roll 4 to 6, you'll be in this column, I think. You can have multiple and small items. I think we can only have 6 slots of things we can hold, basically. So with 7 gold, we could spend 5 gold and buy a salve or a tonic. I think we should buy a salve. We'll go down to 2 gold. And we'll have salve. And we'll say we have 1. Okay. I think that's it. I think Sir Allard is ready to begin his quest. So first of all, we're going to go north or south. Should explain the map a little bit. Essentially, whenever we get to these +1 effects, that's when we level up. So you level up 3 times as you progress, you get to the boss. These faces here are mini bosses. S means safe haven, empty and lurker free, which means somewhere you can rest without having to randomly roll to see if there's anyone lurking in the darkness. M means empty, except there might be a merchant who will buy and sell items once. T means trap, increased chance of additional T means tag, increased chance of additional tag, roll the column 1 additional time. Trap table determine. Roll once on column 1 of the trap table to determine. Okay. I think we'll go north. I think we'll move to number 2. So what happens? We explore the dungeon. To explore the dungeon, roll 3d6 and consult the random encounter table. Okay, so that's 6, and I think that's a 5. I think that's a 5. They're kind of strange dice. That's a 5, and on the flip side, that's a 2. So the 5 is a bit more kind of bent on itself. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 and 6. God, doing maths, man. 14? Question mark? Yeah. Makes 11, 12, 13, 14. Yep, perfect. 14 on the random encounter table. It's a creature, and the creature we encounter Oh, it's on this one here. So we'll roll 1d6 to determine if we're left or right. So it's a 1, so we're on the left table. And we are fighting... Do I roll multiple? Oh, it's just 1d6 plus level. Okay. Level for column. Maybe we roll 2. We'll roll 1. 2. So we're fighting in column 1, because we rolled a 1, and we're fighting 1d6 skeletons. Skeleton stooges. And we fight d6 skeleton stooges. So we're fighting 6 skeleton stooges. This is not a good start for Allard. Okay, so they are threat 2, which means we need to show a 2 on our light dice. We do have the bent sword, so that gives us +1 damage. So basically 2-ups, because if we roll a 1, it'll be a 2. However, if we roll a 1, it's a fumble, 1s always fail. And it always raises our... I think we still will do damage, because it'll be 1 plus our bent sword for 2, but we will gain an acid every time it happens. In contrast, we need to roll above a 2. So if we roll a 1 on our defense, they do damage to us. Again, I don't know if I roll it 6 times for each one, and I don't know if I can kill multiple skeletons in one go. I'm going to say not. I'm going to say this represents the whole combat, like the whole turn of combat for the whole group. I mean, they have the advantage that there are 6 of them, but I will cap myself and say I can't hit 2 of them in a turn, you know? Maybe that's the wrong way to do it. Maybe I am rolling 2 dice. Who knows? Let's see. We'll vibe it. So, there's 6 skeletons. Let's go. Okay, we got a 1. Alright, so... okay. So I think we do 2 damage, because our bent sword does 1 damage, and we've done it twice, succeeded twice, but we did roll a 1. It's always a fumble, so that means our acid will go up. Our acid goes up by 1, but we've managed to do 2 damage, and that's 2 health per skeleton, so the skeletons, they're down to 5 skeletons now. Have they hit us? They only really hit us on a 1, and we got a 6 now. 6 is a crit. Deal damage, rerolls. Reroll 6s. I don't know if it applies to defense. I think it might only apply to attacks. So Allard slays the first stooge. And he manages to slay the next one too. And the third one, yes, they nearly get a hit in, but he does take an acid damage. He fumbles in the muck and the mire against the third. And the fourth dies. The fifth stooge. Oh my god, we take another acid. We are getting smothered. Literally just entered this dungeon. And the final stooge. Oh no, the final stooge hits us. And it's a 1, so I think we get another acid. So we actually go up to 4, and our HP drops to 5. That's not ideal, but we do manage to kill him, thankfully. Not a great start, but hey, there's, one room down, only, however many left. Okay, so now we loot the room. Oh, do you know what? We maybe messed up. We messed up already. The skeletons are the undead tag. So over here, oh no, we haven't messed up. They reanimate when you leave the room unless defeated with spell damage. Okay, so every time we enter this room, we have to fight 6 skeleton stooges. Not ideal, but hopefully, we won't be going back here. Ugh. Okay, loot. 1d6 to see whether you find gold or an item. If gold, then roll a d6 plus level for the amount. Your level is 0. You find if your level is 0, you find d6 halved. Okay. I felt like if we killed a creature, we might get a bonus. Yes, enemies are more likely to carry gold loot. Good loot. If you defeat all the enemies in the room and encounter, add +1 modifier to your subsequent roll on the loot table. We've got to get a 6 to get an item. I don't know if you can see this over here, sorry. So, we're rolling on the loot table. So we get +1 because it was an enemy. It's a oh! Snap. 5. Pretty sure that's the bendy one, right? Yeah, 5. That's the 2, yeah. So we get 5 +1 because of the enemies we get loot. So what do we get? So we'll roll 1, 2, d6 plus level. So we can only get these ones are on this table. And then 4. We have got a helmet. Oh, things are looking pretty good for Sir Allard. Helmet. Takes a helmet off one of the stooges and dons it. Helmet. Avoid 1 damage. Breaks after use. Okay, it's not a very good helmet. It can sell for 10 gold. Okay, so that's the overview. That's the intro, right? So we might pick this up in a part 2. I think we'll play a little faster as we progress. But as I say, these it's all free. You can pay what you want. So maybe try it out, print it out, play it, leave a tip. I'll leave a link in the description below.